In this video, we will be studying about mathematics.
Hello students. Students, before we move into our next topic, I would really appreciate that you have a prior knowledge of multiplication tables because we'll be using the multiplication tables extensively in this topic. You will come to know why. Okay. Now, let us begin with our topic. Now, I'll take into consideration you all know multiplication tables. Now, if you are supposed to write multiplication table, say table of 2 for instance, how will you write? You will say 2 multiplied by 1 is equals to 2. 2 multiplied by 2 equals to 4. 2 multiplied by 3 equals to 6 and so on. Okay, so this is how you write the multiplication table. Now, in this multiplication table, you have got 3 parts. 1 is on this side, 1 is this equal to side, and 1 is on the other side. Okay, now this side you have got 2 digits. Okay, 2 digits which are multiplied to each other. We'll look into this one. 2 multiplied by 3 is equals to 6. Now students, the numbers which get multiplied, okay, these numbers which get multiplied are called as factors. And this number, after multiplication of factors, the answer you get are called as multiples. Understood? What are factors? Factors are those numbers which are exact divisor of a given number or a given multiple. Means numbers 2 and 3 will divide 6 completely. Dividing a number completely means when you divide this number with either of these numbers, the remainder you get will be 0. The remainder which you will get will be 0. Understood? Understood what are factors? Factors of a number are those numbers which are exact divisors of that numbers. Now students, you have studied about factors in your previous standards. You have even studied about LCM and GCD in the previous standard. Okay. Now we are doing something extra, or we are just moving ahead with those topics. But understanding these basic things are very important. Most of the students do not understand what are factors, how to get factors, what do you mean by factors. Okay, so this is just a simple explanation about what are factors and what are multiples. Okay, now moving back to the topic. So we have understood what are factors. Now every number has got two factors, compulsory two factors. Which are those? Every number has got a factor as 1 and the number itself. Okay, so for every number, 1 and the number itself are always the factors. Understood? For if I say number 12, so 12, how can you write? You can write 12 as 12 into 1. Understood? So the number itself and 1 are always the factor of a given number. You can try with any number. For instance, every multiplication table starts with the number multiplied by 1. Like if you want to start off the multiplication table of 2, how will you say 2 ones are 2? If you are starting with 3, you will say 3 ones are 3. If you are starting with 4, so 4 ones are 4. So understanding in this pattern, you will come to know that the number itself and 1 are always the factor of a given number. Okay. Now, the numbers which have factors as 1 and the number itself are called as prime numbers. Numbers which have factors as 1 and the number itself are called as prime numbers. You have studied about prime numbers from 5th standard. 5th standard, 6th standard, you know what are prime numbers. But this is just a revision about what are prime numbers. Understood? So prime numbers are those numbers which are divisible by 1 or itself, or they have only factors which are 1 and the number itself. Now, now 12 is not a prime number, sorry, 12 is not a prime number. For instance, if I have got 2 multiplied by 1 equals to 2, 3 multiplied by 1 equals to 3, 5 multiplied by 1 equals to 5. So numbers which have got only 1 and the number itself as factors are called as prime numbers. Now, numbers which have got factors other than 1 and the number itself are called as composite numbers. Understood? So what are composite numbers? Numbers having factors other than 1 and itself. For example, if I take 4, okay, so if you take out the factors of 4, so 1 is a factor of 4, 4 again itself is a factor of 4, and there is one more number which is a factor of 4, that is 2. So 4 can be written as 1 into 4 and 4 can be written as 2 into 2. Understood? Similarly, if I say number 6, so what are the factors of number 6? 1 and 6 are compulsory the factors. 6 comes in the table of 2 and in the table of 3. So 6 can be written as 1 into 6, or 6 can be written as 2 into 3. Understood? These are composite numbers. See, 2 can only be written as 2 ones are, 3 can only be written as 3 ones are, 5 can only be written as 5 ones are 5. Other than this, you cannot have factors of these numbers. So these numbers are called as prime numbers. And here you get more and more factors other than 1 and itself, you will get other factors. So these are called as composite numbers. Understood the difference between prime numbers and composite numbers? Okay. Now let us look into prime numbers. Okay. Let us now look into prime numbers. Our chapter will focus on prime numbers. Okay. Now, we know what are prime numbers. Prime numbers are those numbers which have factors as 1 or itself. Okay. Now, you all know the prime numbers from 1 to 100. Okay, 1 to 100. Now, 1 is not a prime number. 1 is not a prime number nor a composite number. Okay, so you have to exclude 1. Okay, now let us look into what are the different prime numbers other than 1 you have. So 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, 17, 19, 23, 29 and so on. These are the prime numbers which you have in between 2 and 100. So these are some of the prime numbers. You got more of them. Okay. Now what we are going to do is we are going to look for some other qualities of these prime numbers. Okay. Now consider you have got two prime numbers. And the difference between the two prime numbers is 2. If you subtract the prime numbers, you will get the answer as 2. Okay, now look at this. If you subtract 3 and 5, so 5 minus 3, answer is 2. If you look at 5 and 7, 7 minus 5, answer is 2. If you look at 11 and 13, 13 minus 11, the answer is 2. If you look at these two numbers, 17 and 19, so 19 minus 17, the answer is 2. Okay, so the numbers which have a difference of 2, the prime numbers which have a difference of 2 between them are called as twin prime numbers. So what are twin prime numbers? The twin prime numbers are those prime numbers where the distance between the two prime numbers is 2. Okay, understanding? Now we have learned about composite numbers. Okay, now let us look at composite numbers. For example, let us look at 6. Okay, now 6, the factors of 6 are 1, 2, 3 and 6. The factors of 6 are 1, 2, 3 and 6. And we'll look at, say, factor of 5. Factors of 5. What are the factors of 5? 1 and 5. Factors of 5 are 1 and 5. So if you look at the two numbers, we'll see the common factors between them. Which are the common factors between them? The only common factor between them is 1. The only common factor between them is 1. So numbers which have the only common factor as 1, numbers which have the only common factors as 1 are called as co-prime numbers or relatively prime numbers or mutually prime numbers. I hope you have understood the explanation till now. Students, you are supposed to solve your practice set number 10 by yourself, as those are straightforward questions, and I think my explanation has covered up most of the part. I think all of the questions. So if you go through the questions over there, you'll be able to solve it by yourself. Okay, now let us move on with the topic. We have studied about factors in this topic. Okay, what are factors? You all know the definition of factors. Now we will look into factorization. Factorization means you split a given number, a given composite number or a prime number into its factors. But here in this standard, what you're going to do is you're going to split the given number into its prime factors. You're going to split a given number into its prime factors. Okay, so let us see how to go about it. There are two ways of factorizing a given number, a given composite number. There are two ways. Okay, one is the vertical way and one is the horizontal method. Okay, we'll first look into the horizontal and then we'll look into the vertical method. Now look at this number. Consider number 24. Now I want to split this number or factorize this number. How will I factorize this number? Now 24 can be written as 2 multiplied by 12. 2 multiplied by 12. Now 2 is a prime number, 12 is a composite number. Okay. Now 12 can be further written as 2 multiplied by 6. Okay. So 2 and this 12 can be written as 2 multiplied by 6. Understood? I have split this 12 as 2 multiplied by 6. Now this 6, This 2 is a prime number. This 6 is a composite number. 6 can be written as 2 multiplied by 3. So this 24, this thing becomes 2 multiplied by 2, and this 6 becomes as 2 multiplied by 3. So 24 can be written as 2 into 2 into 2 into 3. So if you multiply, you'll get the answer as 24. Look at this. 2 2s are 4, 4 2s are 8, 8 3s are 24. One more example we'll look into it. Say 28. Now 28 can be written as say 2 into 14. 2 multiplied by 14. 2 is a prime number. 14 is not a prime number. 14 is a composite number. So this can be written as 2 multiplied by 14 can be written as 2 into 7. So 28 can be written as 2 into 2 into 7. Understood? See, at the end, all the numbers are prime numbers. Even here, at the end, all the numbers are prime numbers. Okay, this is the horizontal method. This is the horizontal method. Okay, now let us look into vertical method. Let us look into vertical method. We are going to use the same numbers. Okay, say number 24. I want to factorize number 24 vertically. Now, using vertical method means you're going to divide the number. And for division, you are only going to use prime numbers for division. Do not take composite numbers. Okay, so for beginning, you can always write the prime numbers or drop somewhere. So like prime numbers 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, 17, 19. Okay. Now let us start dividing this number only by using these numbers. So 24. We will always start with the smallest. Always start with the smallest. Only use the other number when you cannot further divide. I'll tell you how. Like 24. 2. Can 2 divide 24? Yes. 2 can divide 24. So this becomes 12. Okay. Then 12. Can 2 divide 12? Yes. 2 6 are. Then 6. Can 6 be divided by 12? Sorry, 2? Yes. The answer is 3 over here. Now, can 3 be divided by 2? No, you cannot divide 3 by 2. So you move to the next number. Yes, can 3 divided by 3? Yes, 3. The answer is 1. Once you get 1 over here, you stop your factorization. That means you have completed your factorization. Okay, so 24 can be written as this as 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 3. Okay, if you look, you have all the prime factors over here. Students, if you use anything other than prime numbers over here, your answer will become wrong. You will get no marks for that answer in an examination. Okay, so 28 also you can do it like that. So 28, how will you factorize 28? Again, start with the lowest, 2. You can divide it by 2. So this becomes 14. Again, you can divide 14 by 2. This becomes 7. You cannot divide this by 2. So 2, you can cancel it out. Can you divide 7 by 3? No, you cannot divide 7 by 3. Can you divide 7 by 5? No, you cannot divide by 5. But you can divide 7 by 7. Why? Because 7 is a prime number. And then you get as 1. So students, again you have reached 1. So this means you have done your factorization. So 28 can be written as 2 into 2 into 7. So we have only the prime numbers used for factors. Understood? This is how you find out prime factors by horizontal. Okay students, now let us look into your practice set number 11. In your practice set number 11, you are supposed to factorize the given numbers into its prime factors. So the first sum, the first number we'll take is 32. Now what we are going to do is we are going to factorize it into its prime factors. You are free to use any one of the two methods which have been taught to you. You can use the horizontal method or the vertical method. Okay, the choice is yours. Now 32, how can you factorize 32? I'm doing it by vertical method. You can also do it by horizontal method. Okay, a 32 can be factorized as, it goes in the table of 2. So this becomes 16. Then in the table of 2 again it becomes 8. 8 can be divided by 2, it becomes 4. 4 can be divided by 2 as 2, and 2 can be divided by 2 as 1. So the prime factors, so 32 can be written as 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So 32 can be written as 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 2. Okay. Now next number we're going to look at is 57. Again, I'm doing it vertical only. You can also use horizontal. There is no hard and fast rule what method to be used as a compulsory method. You are comfortable with horizontal factorization, you can go ahead with horizontal factorization. If you're comfortable with vertical factorization, it is not a issue. Okay, answer is going to be the same. So 57 vertically, you can write this as, it goes in the table of 3. 19. 19 is a prime number 1. So 57 can be written as 3 into 19. Now students, if you have noticed, see, I am going fast. How? Why? I'm going fast because I know the multiplication tables. I know how to divide those numbers with these numbers. Understood? So please by heart your multiplication tables very well. Be thorough with your multiplication tables. Once you're thorough with your multiplication tables, these problems are going to be very easy with you, for you. Okay. Now, last we'll look at 208. We'll look at 208. Okay. Now 208, what I'm going to do is I'm going to factorize it horizontally. You are going to try by vertical method. Okay, horizontally. So 208. 208 can be written as 2 multiplied by 104. Okay, 2 is a prime number, 104 is a composite number. 104 can be written as 2 multiplied by 5, 52. Okay, again 2 and 2 are prime numbers. Now 52 is a composite number. 52 can be written as 2 multiplied by 26. 2 multiplied by 26. Again 2, 2 and this 2 are prime numbers. 26 is a composite number. 26 can be written as 2 multiplied by 13. Now 13 is a prime number. You cannot further divide 13 into any of the factors. So 208 is 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 13. Okay, I hope you all have understood this. Now I want you to complete practice set number 11 by yourself. So that is going to be assignment. The assignment is practice set number 10 and practice set number 11. Thank you.